From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
That's not cheesy at all, but I tell you, it is freezy coming up in the world of weather. We're talking about temperatures right now, 27. That's not all that great. If you were out this evening, it was a cold, cold evening. And we're talking about bitter cold that's staying pretty much up to the north. The only place that's the exception, Mickey Mouse is still at 63, so he's doing okay. Santa, he's getting ready to make a move here, getting closer. I tell you what, he's going to have to roll over some really cold, cold air. We're talking about 50 below zero in the northwest provinces in Canada, 45 below zero at McGrath, not too far from Fairbanks. So you get the idea, and we talked about this for the last week and a half, and talking about how that cold air is coming from Siberia over the North Pole. Santa was cold, and now it's moving into Canada. The Canadians are cold, and then the Americans are going to get cold next. And that's all coming across the area as we go with Thursday. Tomorrow's one good day. But we're going to have that front coming through. And as we go through the morning hours, it goes from the 30s early morning, like I'm talking 4 a.m., down to about 10 to 12 to 13 at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's just going to change so fast. And you're going to go, what just hit me? If you're standing outside, you're just like, what is going on? Because the temperature will drop 20, 25 degrees in a very short period of time. That's where we had the flash freeze we were talking about earlier in the newscast. So if there's drizzle, which we do think there will be some, it'll be moist. And so if it looks like the road is wet, it'll most likely be frozen. So if you have to travel on Thursday, traveling from Tulsa north and east is a bit of a challenge. And so you have to be white knuckle driving, as we call it. So just be aware that that's going to be the potential. And then we have the cold air all day long, and that's going into Thursday night and into Friday. So this is dangerous cold if you're traveling on into Friday. It's going to be very windy, wind chills 20, 30, in some areas 40 below zero, especially as you go north and northeast. The good news for us is by Friday afternoon, the winds are starting to die down, but it's still dangerous cold across the region. And the bitter cold air and then the snow and the slicker roads are north and east. So you're traveling that way. It's not a good situation. In Chicago, O'Hare, and some of the flights, it's going to be rough. There's going to be some slowdowns and maybe some cancellations. So that's something you have to be aware of. On Christmas Eve, we're talking about the dangerous cold continuing. It's cold, but not as bitter cold. And there could be a few waves coming down, which could give us a few flakes of snow. Our best chance of snow still looks to be Thursday morning. With that freeze, it's going to be a quick freeze with drizzle, freezing drizzle. As that hits it, and all of a sudden it's like everything just kind of sticks and turns into ice very quickly as temperatures do that fast freeze. And then we're talking about some snow and some blowing snow because we have some 30, 40 mile an hour winds. But we're only thinking about an inch or so around Tulsa at most. And again, we'll be lucky if we get more for the kids and for Santa. And if you're north and east Tulsa, you have that better chance. Right now, though, we're in the 20s to low 30s. It is very cold, obviously, and we're not looking for really any change. So overnight here, the blanket of clouds that are coming in will keep us generally in the 20s. And tomorrow afternoon, station mentioned this at 9 o'clock, but it's basically the last day without freezing to death. Going out and shopping, doing some last minute shopping. So we'll be in the 40s. And then here it comes as we start to go through late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Notice at midnight we're in the 30s. You're like, that's not a big deal. It's not till the cold front gets here. That'll hit between 3 and about 6 a.m. Right now, most of our models are saying 4 to 5 a.m. And then it's just a blast of cold air. Temperatures drop about 20 degrees in a matter of probably about 30 minutes, I'd say. So it's a really quick changeover. Then we have some light snow, but it'll be blowing snow because we have 30, 40 mile an hour winds, maybe gusting 45, and a few areas of light snow or flurries during the daytime hours, not really accumulating a whole lot and then clearing out in the afternoon instead of warming up. We are frigid, frigid cold. And the wind chills as we go on into our Thursday, we're talking near 20 below most of the time. And so that is very, very dangerous. So don't have have your face covered, the kids covered, because this is something we don't have to deal with very often this far south. And we're going to deal with it, and that's going to take us right on through Friday. The good news is the winds are dying down on Friday afternoon. It's still going to be awful cold, but the wind chills won't be like 20 below zero. They'll only be around zero. I don't know if that makes you feel better or not, but that's what we're looking at. Saturday will be in the 20s for Christmas Eve, and by the time we work our way into Christmas Day, we're warming it up a little bit. We'll be in the 30s across the area, and there is a chance we'll have a white Christmas just because of the potential of keeping what snow we get on the ground, because it's going to not melt until Christmas afternoon. Look for temperatures in the 20s on Saturday and 30s on Sunday. And again, if you want snow, you're going to have to pray for it pretty hard on Thursday morning to make sure that that gets in here. 28 and coats in the morning, and we're talking about temperatures that will generally be ranging around 40 at noontime. And as we said, Mr. Craig Day, not pointing out anybody in specific, 45, that is your day to run out and do something. Don't delay. It's your day.
Man, a throwdown. Calling it out. It's on right here. Yeah.
But Thursday and Friday, still very dangerous. If you do travel, just be aware. It's not so much the roads. You'll have to watch out for sheltered areas. It's more the cold. Okay?